The letter arrived on a rainy Tuesday afternoon in early March, slipped quietly through the mail slot of my brownstone townhouse in Beacon Hill. I almost ignored it, thinking it was another charity request or bank notice, but the return address froze me in place. Hamilton and Crow Law Offices, my late wife's legal firm. Eleanor had been gone for 4 years. Breast cancer, aggressive, unforgiving, merciless. 12 months from diagnosis to goodbye. I stood in the hallway, coat still on, rain dripping onto the marble floor, staring at the envelope like it might explode. Inside was a short note from her former attorney. Mr. Sullivan, during an audit of archived files, we discovered a sealed document belonging to your late wife. It is marked urgent and private. Please come in person at your earliest convenience. My hands trembled slightly as I folded the paper. Eleanor was meticulous. If she sealed something, it mattered. 2 hours later, I was sitting across from Margaret Crow in her quiet office overlooking the Charles River. She slid a thick envelope toward me, yellowed slightly with age. Eleanor's handwriting was unmistakable, clean, elegant, precise. My heart tightened. "This was kept in a private vault," Margaret said softly. "Your wife instructed that it only be released to you if certain conditions were met. Those conditions were triggered last week when your sons attempted to access her archived trusts." My stomach dropped. Ryan and Lucas, my twin sons, 32 years old, smart, charming, ambitious, or so I believed. I opened the envelope and unfolded the letter. "My love, if you are reading this, it means I was right about what I feared. I overheard Ryan and Lucas arguing in the hospital hallway during my second chemo cycle. They thought I was asleep. Ryan said the house alone would sell for nearly $3 million. Lucas said they needed to push you to rewrite the will while you were emotionally weak. They spoke about moving in temporarily and controlling your finances once I was gone. I didn't confront them because I didn't have the strength, but I need you to protect yourself. They love comfort more than character. Please don't let grief make you blind. I love you forever. Eleanor." The words blurred as tears filled my eyes. My sons, my flesh and blood, planning my future like a business acquisition, while their mother was fighting for her life. Margaret watched quietly as I absorbed the truth. "Has anything unusual happened since Eleanor passed?" she asked gently. I laughed bitterly. Everything had happened exactly as described. Ryan moved into the carriage house temporarily after losing a job that I later learned he quit. Lucas began managing my investment accounts without being asked. Both constantly nudged me about selling property, unlocking equity, restructuring inheritance. I thought they were being responsible. Eleanor had seen through them. Margaret introduced me to a forensic investigator named Thomas Reed, former Federal Financial Crimes Unit. Within 2 weeks, Thomas uncovered everything. Ryan had credit card debt exceeding $88,000 hidden across 5 accounts. Lucas had secretly opened a shell consulting company and used my name to attract investors. 2 retired doctors I knew personally had already lost money. Worse, text messages between the twins revealed coordinated manipulation strategies, emotional pressure tactics, scripted conversations, even timing when to approach me after anniversaries and holidays when I was most vulnerable. With legal counsel, I placed my entire estate into an irrevocable trust. Properties, retirement funds, securities, everything locked. Beneficiaries changed, charitable foundations added, medical research grants created in Eleanor's name. My sons would receive the minimum legal inheritance allowed, nothing more. Then came the confrontation. I invited them for Sunday dinner like old times, roast beef, wine, polite conversation. They were relaxed, confident, probably expecting another financial discussion. Instead, I played the recordings Thomas had secured legally. Their own voices filled the dining room, calculating, cold, greedy. Silence followed like a funeral. Ryan exploded in anger. Lucas tried to negotiate. When both failed, they threatened lawsuits. I calmly handed them eviction notices for both properties they occupied. 60 days, no extensions, no forgiveness. The months that followed were ugly. Lawyers, accusations, manipulation attempts, staged apologies, even public shaming attempts on social media. None worked. The court ruled in my favor. Financial damages awarded, fraud confirmed, wage garnishments ordered. My sons became strangers overnight. A year later, my life was quiet but honest. I sold the townhouse, moved to a lakeside cottage in New Hampshire. I volunteered at a cardiac research foundation Eleanor loved. I traveled. I slept peacefully. Sometimes loneliness visited, but regret never did. On Eleanor's birthday each year, I sat by the lake with her letter and thanked her for saving me from a beautiful lie. Blood does not guarantee loyalty. Love must be proven by actions, not DNA. I chose truth for comfort, peace for illusion, and integrity for inheritance. And in that choice, I finally found freedom.